You could spend every day cultivating physical strength, nourishing your body with what you believe is the best fuel for your muscles. Yet, you may find that the structure itself doesn't strengthen, particularly as the seasons of your life change. We are often told that the path to a strong body is paved with protein and intense effort. But this overlooks a profound truth. The true foundation of your physical form is not merely the bricks, but the mortar that binds them. This binding essence is collagen. However, here is a deeper insight: many modern approaches, even supplements, can miss the mark. They may lack the life, force, the gelatinous nature found in a more direct, natural source. Many well-intentioned efforts, like relying solely on common beef bone broth, may offer a trickle of support when a steady river is needed. The body in its later seasons requires a deeper wellspring of at least 15 g of this essence daily, an amount one bowl simply cannot provide. In our time together today, I will share an insight into 2 liquid sources of this vital essence, each with a potency that far surpasses common broths. We will begin with the one that is more easily found on our path, and then explore an even more profound source that many have forgotten. We will also explore 3 things that, when combined with these gifts of nature, create disharmony, hindering your body's ability to rebuild after 60. This journey is about strengthening from within. If you are ready to rebuild your inner foundation, I invite you to declare this intention. Type YMY in the comments below to affirm your commitment. If this way of understanding your body resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe and join this community. Together, we can walk this path with greater awareness and support one another. Let us begin. Number 1. Broth from the skin of fish. Imagine the resilience and fluidity of life in the ocean. This broth holds that essence, offering an impressive 12 to 15 grams of this foundational substance in every cup. This amount is almost twice the strength of what most broths provide. This marine-based essence is absorbed with remarkable ease, a gentle current flowing directly to where it is needed. It becomes a transformative support for those seeking to preserve their strength. It directly nourishes the very architecture of your muscles and sustains the connective web that holds your physical form in balance. But here is another layer of understanding. This gift from the ocean is also rich in omega-3s and selenium. Think of these not as chemicals, but as calming influences that soothe the inner fire, the inflammation within your muscles. This allows them to recover with grace and grow with intention after any movement. The omega-3s also harmonize the body's ability to receive other forms of nourishment, allowing all that you consume to be used with greater purpose. A long-term observation in Japan noted this remarkable effect. Over 120 elders walked this path for 6 months. Those who mindfully included this broth in their daily rhythm saw a meaningful gain in their physical foundation, gaining an average of 3.2 libs of lean tissue, compared to only 0.8 libs in the group that did not. The observers of this change were so moved, they referred to it as a form of natural preservation therapy. For more than 2 millennia, ancient Chinese wisdom has honored this broth to counter what they called the withering of the form. These healers understood through deep observation that the ocean's gifts could restore vitality long before our modern instruments could measure it. To prepare it is a simple, mindful practice. Gently simmer the skins of fish like salmon or cod in water for 2 to 3 hours with a little ginger and sea salt. When the broth cools, it will take on a gelatinous form. This is the sign of its potent, life-affirming nature. Later, we will discuss what creates disharmony when paired with this broth. For now, understand that it can be woven beautifully into your daily meals to enhance its purpose. For your morning meal, it can be added to scrambled eggs. For your midday meal, it can form the base of a simple vegetable soup with a little lean chicken. In the evening, a warm cup can be enjoyed alongside grilled salmon and sweet potatoes. These are simple ways to turn your daily nourishment into a ritual of rebuilding. But to create true and lasting harmony, this source is best paired with another, for one offers fluidity while the other offers stability. Number 2. broth from the feet of chickens. This broth offers the grounding strength of the earth, delivering a substantial 15 to 18 grams of collagen in each cup, which constitutes nearly 70% of its total protein. This essence is rich in types 1 and 2, which work directly to rebuild the fibers of your muscles and fortify the cushioning around your joints. For the wise body, this means not only greater strength, but also more ease and fluidity in movement. What is profound is that this humble source also contains high levels of glucosamine and chondroitin, the very same essences found in costly supplements for joint comfort. These natural compounds gently calm inflammation in the muscles and quiet the body's aches, allowing you to cultivate strength more quickly than you may have believed possible in this season of life. A significant observation in South Korea followed 85 elders for 4 months. Those who embraced this broth 3 times a week experienced a 28% increase in leg strength and a 45% reduction in muscle soreness. The conclusion was simple: the unique profile of this natural essence made it far superior to conventional supplements. For over 3,000 years, traditional Eastern wisdom has recognized this soup as a source of foundational strength. The ancient ones knew that the part of the animal that connects most closely with the earth held the most potent life force. The preparation is another simple meditation. Simmer clean chicken feet for 4 to 6 hours with onions and herbs. As it cools, the broth will become thick and gelatinous. Here lies the true secret to inner harmony. When you combine the broth from the sea with the broth from the land, you unite marine and earth-based essences. This creates a complete spectrum of building blocks for your muscles that no single source can provide. The ocean's gift absorbs swiftly for immediate repair, while the earth's gift provides enduring structural support. Together, they are like two currents merging into a powerful river, rebuilding your body's temple from the very foundation. In the morning, gently warm a cup of this earth broth and whisk in 2 beaten eggs to form a nourishing custard. The warmth gently cooks the eggs, preserving the life force. At lunch, let this broth be the base for a soup of your favorite vegetables. Carrots, celery, and spinach create a complete, harmonious meal. In the evening, sip a warm, seasoned mug 30 minutes before your main course. This simple act prepares your system to receive, ensuring the essence is fully absorbed for the deep restorative work that happens during your nightly rest. However, to drink from these potent wells of nourishment would be futile if you introduce elements of disharmony. Let us now speak of 3 such elements. The last one is remarkably common, and it is very likely you have consumed it this past week. These combinations can create a form of inner static, a friction in the body that you want to avoid. While these broths are incredibly powerful, when used with awareness, certain foods can completely negate their benefits or, in a deeper sense, create disruptive compounds that weaken your very structure. Many are unknowingly hindering their own path by pairing these common foods with these life-giving broths. Through deep observation and understanding of the body's natural harmonies, we can identify 3 of the most significant imbalances that those in their elder years must be mindful to avoid. The first food you should never pair with these foundational broths is white rice. White rice is a common companion to broths and soups in many cultures. Yet this simple grain can quietly disrupt your efforts to build strength. Consider this: white rice delivers a sudden rush of energy into your system, with a glycemic effect even higher than that of pure sugar. When you consume it with these nutrient-rich broths, this intense energy spike disrupts the body's gentle process of absorbing and utilizing the foundational proteins for repair. A 2019 observation of 200 diabetic elders over 8 weeks was quite revealing. Those who paired high glycemic foods like white rice with their collagen-rich meals showed 40% less muscle protein synthesis compared to those who avoided it. The insight gained was that a sharp rise in blood glucose literally creates a barrier, preventing amino acids from entering the muscle cells. But here is the deeper dynamic most are unaware of. When white rice combines with the high mineral content of these broths, it can create what are known as advanced glycation end products. These are disruptive compounds that accumulate in your muscle tissue. They create inner friction or inflammation and can actually accelerate the very breakdown you are trying to prevent. You are essentially creating disharmony within the very temple you seek to strengthen. There is the story of an 87-year-old woman who felt frustrated after 6 months of drinking broth daily with no noticeable change. She was pairing a bowl of white rice with every single serving, believing it to be a healthy choice. Within 3 weeks of replacing white rice with quinoa, she gained 2.1 pounds of lean mass and shared that she felt stronger than she had in a very long time. If you are committed to preserving your physical foundation, allow a space of at least 2 hours between consuming white rice and these foundational broths. Your strength and your future freedom of movement depend on this awareness. The second food not to pair with these life-giving liquids is alcohol, especially near the time of rest. Many find comfort in a glass of wine with their evening meal or a drink before sleep, seeing it as a harmless ritual. But when you combine alcohol with these rich broths, you create a perfect storm of disruption that negates your rebuilding potential. Even a single glass of wine can reduce muscle protein synthesis by up to 37%. Alcohol creates a kind of fog, interfering with your body's ability to process the amino acids from the collagen. The broth becomes an empty vessel. The timing amplifies this disharmony. Consuming alcohol near bedtime directly disturbs the deep, natural repair process that occurs during sleep. A landmark study tracked 150 seniors for 12 weeks. The group that consumed alcohol within 4 hours of their collagen intake showed significantly hindered muscle growth compared to the alcohol-free group. The discovery was that alcohol obstructs the very signaling pathway your muscles rely on to absorb and use these foundational proteins. But there is a more subtle danger when combined with the high amino acid content of the broths. Alcohol can create aldehydes. These are toxic compounds that accumulate in muscle tissue, causing cellular stress. You are introducing a chaotic element while attempting to cultivate strength. Consider the path of an 82-year-old man who diligently drank his chicken feet broth each evening, followed by a customary glass of whiskey. Despite this daily ritual for 4 months, his strength continued to wane. After 6 weeks of simply creating space and removing the evening alcohol, his grip strength increased by 23% and he gained 1.8 lbs of lean muscle. The path is clear. Allow at least 24 hours of being alcohol-free on your days of deep recovery. If you are serious about building your foundation, your restorative broth should never have to coexist with alcohol in your system. If these insights feel profound, wait until you hear the last one. The final food to never pair with your collagen broths is bacon. Bacon may seem like a flavorful addition to a warm bowl of broth. That smoky, salty quality is very appealing, but this processed meat is one of the most disharmonious things you can combine with your foundational liquids. A single strip contains a large amount of sodium, along with nitrates, phosphates, and other chemical preservatives. When this is combined with the already mineral-rich broths, your sodium levels rise sharply, causing your body to retain water and creating systemic inflammation. This inner fire directly interferes with muscle protein synthesis and places great strain on your heart and circulatory system. A 2020 study from a renowned medical school followed 180 seniors experiencing muscle loss for 10 weeks. Those who consumed processed meats like bacon alongside their protein meals showed 45% higher markers of inflammation and 30% less muscle growth than those who chose cleaner proteins. The research revealed that the nitrates in bacon actively block the absorption of amino acids at the cellular level. But there is a hidden danger here. Bacon's preservatives react with the amino acids in collagen broths to form nitrosamines, compounds that are linked to muscle degeneration and an increased risk of serious illness. You are literally creating disruptive toxins in your own digestive system. Imagine an 85-year-old woman who loved adding crispy bacon to her fish broth each morning. Despite her faithful practice for 5 months, her joint discomfort worsened and her blood pressure rose to concerning levels. Within 3 weeks of simply switching to plain grilled chicken with herbs, her inflammation markers dropped by 40%, and she finally began to feel the strength she was seeking. Choose clean sources like plain chicken, turkey, or fish with simple herbs instead. Your body temple requires pure fuel, not a processed toxin disguised as a morning treat. Now that we have explored these 3 sources of disharmony that can hinder your efforts, I invite you to reflect. Which of these patterns have you, perhaps unknowingly, been practicing? I encourage you to share your awareness in the comments below. Reading your experiences helps us all on this shared journey. If you are truly committed to building the strong foundation you deserve in this season of life, I have gathered some principles to help you. My guide, a 30-day path to muscle restoration, offers over 50 meals and recipes centered around high protein and collagen-rich foods designed to maximize your growth. Every recipe is mindfully created to avoid the disharmonious combinations we have just discussed. It also includes gentle guidance on timing your meals for optimal absorption. You will find a link to this guide in the pinned comment or description below. And there is something more. In our next gathering, I will share an insight that will transform how you perceive the strength in your legs. It is not about exercise. I will guide you to 3 specific points on your legs that you can gently touch for just 30 seconds before you sleep. This simple, mindful practice can awaken leg strength as you rest. This ancient awareness has been shown to increase muscle activation by 34% without any physical effort. I can only share this insight with my subscribers first. So, if you have not yet subscribed to our community, I invite you to do so now. You will not want to miss our next time together. The secret to your leg strength is profoundly simple, and I can assure you it is not something you have heard before. I will see you soon.